office, no? So
Yes.
complete each one Office Depot is a separate legal entity. Now, and we have granted the consolidation mainly by legal entity. So we have 10 times the different vendor IDs, system ID, and even maybe network IDs related to Office Depot. Now, I want to have an overview of how much I spend towards Office Depot globally, so across the 10 different legal entities of Office Depot. The question is, can we do it with the current contract that we have with Ariba, or the current models that we can use of Ariba?
I think we can try something with the reports. It might not be an automated way. We might have to extract the report in an Excel file and then put a filter on the name, but that could be done using the current contract.
Brooke, I thought there was something on the Ariba network where you could establish relationships between ANIDs.
So there's ways to link Ariba network IDs, but there's no way to consolidate into a single. So you can do an account hierarchy on the network where you can easily toggle back and forth between one ANID to the other, but there's no way currently. I mean, it's been talked about for a while that this will be planned for a future release, but I don't think anything official yet to consolidate into a single.
No, but I think we don't need really consolidation to a single, so we can have an extract of the amount data across the different an overview of the spend with the 10 different IDs. So I don't expect to have. I don't think we expect to have the 10 IDs link the data of the 10 different legal entities consolidated in one. It's fine to have a report where we have the overview of what we spend Office Depot. With Office Depot repeated 10 times, it's not a consolidation, it's just to have an aggregate overview of the spend across different legal entities related to Office Depot. Not sure if I...
Yeah, I don't think that the account hierarchy feature will solve for that, because from the reporting side, it's going to see them as two separate ANIDs. The hierarchy is just kind of a supplier convenience thing to be able to move from one account to the other with a single click.
I think we can do that, Marco. So I'm looking into a report called Supplier Consolidation Report. And over here, I have an option to select multiple suppliers. So I have randomly selected 3 different suppliers. And I can display their revenue, supplier count. There are a few other fields over here.
So you have to know all the legal entities for that supplier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to know which supplier to select. No, it's clear.
So this is like a one-time configuration. We configure the report and we can schedule it to run on a scheduled basis.
So we have some workaround. Okay. Okay. Well, I think I know enough. Sean, I don't know if you have any other question.
I don't think so.
Okay. So, considering it's Friday afternoon and we have still 2 other meetings to go, or at least I have 2 other meetings to go, I think we can close here. And, with some of you, speak to you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Baba Sai 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 Sai Baba 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 Baba Sai 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 Sai Baba 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 Baba Sai 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 Sai Baba 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 Baba Sai 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 Baba Baba Sai 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 Baba Baba Sai 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 Baba Baba Sai Baba Sai Baba Sai Baba Sri Satchidananda Sadguru Sai Nath Maharaj ki jai Sadguru Sai Nath Nisarat Babu ji ki jai Sai Baba 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 Sai Sai Baba, Sai Baba. Sai Baba, Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, 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 Sai Baba. Sai Baba, Sai Baba, Sai Baba, Sai Baba. Sai Baba, Sai Baba, Sai Baba, Sai Baba.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Jennifer.
Hello again.
I know. 3 meetings in a row, Sean. So exciting.
Good morning.
Hey, Sean.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Ronald. How are you?
Rebecca.
Friday afternoon.
Yeah, and some voting somewhere going on as well.
Not voting, counting.
Yeah, counting.
Yeah.
Although I think it's going to end today. We'll see.
Okay. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
So we want to start off this morning, switch around a little bit. We need to get the volume, the transaction volumes first before we look at the issues.
Yeah, so Rebecca said she was pulling those for me.
Yeah, I'm looking at them now. There was only, it only looks like two.
Two entered or two that integrated to JDE?
Two that integrated. Let me take a look at how many are entered.
And Jim, while Rebecca's doing that, were there any additional POs or recs that were entered?
We were trying to enter one, but we have a problem with expense coding on consulting services regarding to asset classification. So the second rec we were trying to enter, we had a problem on also.
Okay, let's come back to that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rebecca, did you see how many were entered?
Yeah, so it shows only, it says 25. Okay, let me look. Yeah, it says only 25 items, but that was what we had yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, right, that none were entered then yesterday?
While we talk about other, I am Nicole. I swore she entered at least two yesterday, additional
Okay.
ones.
Yeah, you can just ping me if you want.
Okay, yep, I will.
Right,
but as of right now, so two integrated in, and it says total of 25 invoices entered in Ariba.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Before we start on the tickets, I just want to take a moment to thank Pranab and Susan. This is their last day on the program. So thank you guys for all your hard work. And again, if there's any items to close out with them, we need to do it today. But just want to take a moment to acknowledge their, fantastic contributions to the success of this program.
Thank you, Pranab and Susan.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Pranab, you work with the best team, home run team.
Okay, so Siva, I'll hand it over to you to go through the tickets.
Sure, Craig. So let me just share my screen. One second. Let me know if you guys are able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So there are around altogether we have received around 12 tickets. The overall, from beginning of hypercare. Currently, we have 3 tickets which are in progress. The first one is supplier enablement. So did anybody got a chance, Jim, confirm whether the emails are there? Have you guys confirmed to Mingan so that she can push that to production?
No, but I will do it right now.
Okay, so that's one thing. The second one is the commodity code not. This particular thing is commodity code not available for account so and so, right? So Jim, we need information, right? So if you see this particular ticket, it says they have an account, and then for this particular account there's no commodity code. The point is until unless you provide that information, we cannot close this. We have to update the files and then load the files. Like for this particular account, what are all the commodity codes which you need, right? So you need to let us know.
Okay, they need to tell me what the commodity is. I'm not going to go look for a random code in a file and try and come up with something for them. They need to tell me what they're trying to do so I can create that.
Okay.
I wrote what the description was. It's professional services IT in the IM that I sent.
Okay, that's already established. This is the one I was having issues with yesterday.
Okay, so that's which one? What is the commodity code? I can check my mapping because of what we exported.
Is it 771502? Is that what you're trying to use?
.01.
Yeah, that's already mapped. It's IT consulting. But the problem with it is we've got a CapEx flag on it for anything over $1,000. So anything over $1,000, it's trying to make it an asset, which is a problem.
But I mean, Jim, the account I'm seeing on the screen, which is a 771502-01, right? For that sub account, I don't see anything mapped though.
Yeah, we didn't either when we were trying to enter an invoice. Like the code is available to select in there because we were able to do it through accounting on the 2 invoices that we entered as non-PO, but a commodity code wasn't on the export mapping file, I should say. I didn't see a commodity code assigned to that.
Well, it's in my file. I'm not sure why it's not in the export mapping file.
So is that the one you shared with the Shiva and team, Jim? Because I know Susan, I think initially she did all the mapping based on your file, right?
Yeah, it's the same file I've been sending updates to her in, and she's been converting it to the CSV file.
Right, okay. So Shiva, I think the data is already there. What we just see is mapping file do not have the same thing. So if there is any way you can take a look. It's a 771502.
Scroll up. All the way to the top of the file. Right there, line item 7.
Okay, yep, that is not there in the
I'm
mapping.
not sure where the issue is, but it has been mapped, or it's supposed to have been mapped.
Okay. So yeah, it's there in your mapping, but it's not there in Ariba file that is loaded. So I mean, Shiva,
Suzanne is there on the call. She's trying to say something. Yeah.
Can you check the commodity code, because 2010 doesn't look like
UNSPSA code, yes.
Yeah.
So Gaurav, we have removed that one. So from the history, what I could see is in the file sent by Jim on September 15th, 80105107 commodity code was mapped to the 771500201. But in the October 20th mail, I could see it has been changed to 771500103.
There should be all of them in there.
Yeah, 2010. I think that's way back. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I thought we discussed this one.
Yeah, I think the 2010 is enabled in Ariba, so that even if it is there, it should be available. But it is not IT consulting though in Ariba, because IT consulting, that's a different commodity description. But in Ariba 2010 is mapped to mining and quarry machinery equipment. We discussed this like a couple of weeks ago on this. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it now that we're looking at this one. We talked about this.
So what's the issue? Like, is this file a wrong one, a wrong version, or like, the data itself is wrong for this particular record?
Wrong or particular record? It's in the email trial. I mean, Rebecca, do you find that the actual code that we set up for this? I think you have that in the email somewhere.
I know we had emails. Let me look for it.
Yeah. So since
Susan,
I'm not, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Susan, you asked which codes that had changed. I removed the asset flag for 2010, and 2020 was the update that I sent you yesterday. That was the only change in the file.
Yeah, but so as we discussed earlier, Gaurav, if you remember, we have discussed like 2010 is not for UNSPSC. Am I correct, Gaurav?
Yes, Susan. These are not.
I thought we changed those to 80.1, 80.101, 507, and those were the numbers that they were supposed to be. Those are the actual UNSPC codes.
Yes, that's how it has been loaded, but I don't remember how the sub account got changed.
So you are saying 80101507. 507. Yeah. So if I look at the history, in the September 15th, you have sent one file. So in that, it was correctly mapped. But if you remember, we have made so much of changes in October 20th. So in that file, the account was changed. It was changed to 7715001_03. I got a file from Jim. So
October what?
Sure. October 20.
Oh, because I found the email on September 11th saying, Praveen sent it after we had the meeting on it, saying, per our conversation yesterday on the commodity code 2010, Gaurav has made changes as discussed. Please confirm the same.
I don't believe that should be 03. That should be it's accurate. The ledger subledger is accurate in what you're looking at. Or, well, it should be 01.
Okay.
I'm not sure how that got changed to 03.
Okay, so I think if that's the case, we can go in and make the change directly in the system, since it's just for one record.
Well, we need let's settle on what is the most accurate file, because this is what I'm updating and sending for changes.
Yeah, so I can provide whatever is there in Ariba, Okay, so and then based on that, probably like you can take that as a baseline and then modify it, Jim. So the CSV file, right? Does it make sense?
Well, yes and no. I mean, this is the file I'm working off of because this is the file that accounting's familiar with. That when I have to add codes, I add codes and send it to accounting, and they fill in the blanks. I don't want to get into sending a CSV file to accounting and telling them to update a CSV file.
I see what you're saying, but the thing is like, so we need to come up with a process like whichever is kind of getting changed, right? That need to be highlighted. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult for us to like, take this file and then reconcile with
That's
whatever
fine.
we have.
I can highlight what I'm changing. Typically, I have done that.
Yeah. So if that is the case, like, can you guys take a look, Suzanne and then Gaurav, and then let me know, like, which commodity code is a correct one for this particular account. And then say, we have multiple issues with the commodity codes. So that's the reason, like, I want, somebody to really like, take a look and then provide right data to us.
I think this was the only commodity code section which was giving us confusion. So
you can actually like take a look and then update that and then provide the file. We have one more ticket which says like for pest control, the commodity pest control commodity code, the accounts are wrong.
Siva, can I just interrupt for a sec?
Yeah, sure.
Is there anything to mention? Are there any issues with regards to the global integration? Because I find this very interesting, but in principle, not for me, not for Vic, probably not for Marco. So if there's nothing to report there, I choose to do something else.
Nothing. I have not seen any incident related to that interface. Global
Have we
interface.
actually had a remittance come back through from Ariba to JD Edwards yet? Has that happened? I know we tested it, but have we seen it in like real live production?
You mean additionally from the one that we no, because we haven't had a payment run yet.
So Rebecca, when's the first instance for that? Next week?
No, it would be the week of the 17th. It would be the following week.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had a payment run early this week for, but because there was nothing in Ariba yet, there was nothing integrated. So that would be 2 weeks.
So Ronald, I think, I mean, that's the piece that we haven't seen come through yet. So clear your calendar for the 18th.
No, but I'll log in every, also during next week. But it would be helpful for me if we would start with the integration. If there's nothing to mention, then Vic, myself, can drop off.
Yeah, totally fair.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, you
too. You too.
You too.
Thank you, you too. Yeah, so Siva, are there any other different types of tickets we need to discuss? I think probably needs to be a smaller section that goes back over the file versions.
I think like, these are the two ones, like, one, two commodity code related one. One is access to, what's the name? Access to, so our SD team, Melissa, right? So access to Melissa, our service desk contacted her, and then they were working with her. Let me check with her whether she has got access. I mean, Ariba access or not. Other than that, like we do not have any other ticket.
What about the supplier email? Has that been fixed?
Yeah, that's what Jim is going to validate it and then confirm it to Mingin, and then Mingin
That was
will.
that one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, then I think everyone else can drop off unless you're related to the commodity map. Sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
Before we go there, Jim.
Yes.
Is there any anything that you're aware of that is forthcoming from a PO perspective?
From a what perspective?
From a PO perspective. I mean, the POs have been very limited. I know we talked about Nick and what he was trying to do for the training. Hello? Hello?
Yep.
I hear you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we hear you.
Sorry, it's probably better that way. No, Jim, what I was saying was, do you have any perspective on like POs where our PO volume has been very low. I know we're in COVID, we're not spending a lot of money, but it would be nice if there's some things that, if you're aware of items that people are working through, is to try and get a few more POs in, like Monday, Tuesday of next week. If I think about IT and facilities, both, if we could make maybe an effort to circle back with them and find out if they can, if there's some things that they're sitting on that they could put in next week. Because I think, we want to make the best use of our hypercare here as possible. And with no volume, I'm just concerned that we're really not getting the benefit from our hypercare support. I was thinking, we could go kind of, shake those two trees a little bit and see if we can get some things coming through.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know we've got a handful of things that need to be processed from a blanket PO perspective, that I'm going to begin meeting with those people next week, and those processes will begin to happen. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of insight into what people throughout the organization are looking to buy and when. But
I gotcha.
I can certainly look at that list we've got, and we can start funneling some things through there.
I was thinking
if the system works.
From a facilities perspective, Jim, if we could even just like circle back with Nick or Gerald and just say, hey, look, guys, is there stuff you're buying in December? Can we accelerate it into November? So we can see this stuff come through, and that we're comfortable with the way it's going to work. You know what I mean? I'm trying to. The two that come to mind are IT and facilities. The rest of it, I totally understand, but I think given the conversations you're going to be having early next week related to those blanket POs, if you could work that into the dialogue and ask them to do that and accelerate some of that spend, if possible, it would be. I think it would be beneficial for everyone here.
Okay, will do.
Okay, with that, I think everyone that's not involved in the commodity code account mapping issues, I think you can drop off. So have a great weekend.
Before I drop off, this is Mingyan. Jim, do you think I may be able to get confirmation from you on the one of the ticket?
Yeah, I'm looking
the
right
supplier
now.
email?
I'm looking right.